as their Eagles will match up with the Tennessee Titans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Philly.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, Henry with a little bit of run running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he gets it down to the 32. A couple of... carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 903, Wes Welker.
Rarefied air.
Here we go. 30.
That one caught out wide by Julio. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. These two teams all tied after one. Second down, back to Sanders. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Partner, do we have a medic here? Can I get a cold compress from my head right now? Watching these play calls, I know that they're in the red zone, but he's in his own red zone, not the opposite red zone to decide to go for it. How did this happen?
Hey, risky, but it paid off. I agree. You keep calling plays like that, you're going to need a lot of antacids on the sideline. Hurts gets this to Sanders. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Right back to him on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open right side, complete to Rager. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play.
Touchdown, Eagles! Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And Jeff, that's not 4 receptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans will take over here just shy of the 30.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Tannehill. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Here it goes. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And it's a Titans touchdown. Rob Gronkowski in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Bullet good on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 2nd and 5. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off right around the 43. And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the...
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeVonta Smith, his first touchdown of the new season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Hurts will throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw pulled in by Gronkowski.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will put them on top here in the third. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They go play action with Hurts. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play that time for the Titans.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A first down carry for Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 53 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and goal, Tannehill eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ryan Tannehill, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Flush to his right. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They're going to look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Caleb Farley.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. First down and much more for Henry. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are on their way to a 2-0 start. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. On 1st down, it's Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry, 109 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Off play action, Tannehill. Rolling to his right. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Right
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put